Dear friends, today I would like to suggest four simple and practical tips to utilize your time fruitfully. Pay careful attention then to how you walk, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of the time because the days are evil. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 and 16. Just for a moment, visualize there is a bank that credits your account each morning with $86,400. It carries forward no balance from day to day. Every evening, the bank deletes whatever part of the balance you failed to use during the day. What would you do? Draw out every cent? Of course. Each of us has such a bank. Its name is time, a free gift from God. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds or 1,440 minutes. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever of this you have failed to invest to good purpose. It carries over no balance. It allows no overdraft. Each day, it opens a new account for you. Each night, it deletes the remains of the day. If you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours. There is no going back. There is no drawing against the tomorrow. You must live in the present on today's deposits. Invest it so as to get from it the utmost in health, happiness, and success. The clock is running. Make the most of today. Today, my dear friends, in the modern world, when life has become very comfortable and easy due to the advancement in science and technology, we often hear people telling, "I'm very busy," or "I have no time," or "I have nothing to do." Either our schedules are so hectic that we can't get everything done, or else we are bored and restless, constantly looking for something to amuse us. We are the most frantic generation in history and also the most entertained. We can't always choose how to use our time. Of course, sometimes our circumstances control us. Disability, illness, unemployment, or retirement may keep us from doing what we once did and make us feel useless and only killing time. But even if circumstances control our time, we can still control our attitude. With God's help, He can also help us gain more control over our time and begin to use it in new ways. How can we use our time wisely and fruitfully? Let me suggest a few tips that I have found helpful in my life. Firstly, we have to consider that each day given to us is a free gift from God. Instead of seeing each day as a burden, see it as another opportunity God has given you to serve Him, work for Him and His people. The Bible says, "My times are in your hands." Psalm 31, verse 15. The first thing we should do when we awake is thank God for the gift of another day. Secondly, we have to commit our time to God. God gave us time for a reason, not to be wasted or mishandled, but to be used properly for His glory. We are accountable to Him for the way we use our time, and once a minute passes, it can never be reclaimed. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90, verse 12. How can we put this into action? It may mean asking God to help us schedule our time more wisely and efficiently. It may mean rethinking how we spend our time and then adjusting it to reflect God's priorities. We may also need to examine why we are so busy or so bored. Is what we are doing really necessary, or are we simply trying to impress others? We can't do everything, and we need to stay and say no if some activity isn't for our good. Thirdly, set aside time for God and for others. No human being who believes in God would say, I am too busy for God. But how often have you gone through a whole day without even thanking and thinking about Him, thanking Him and even asking help from Him? How often have you ignored someone who needed your encouragement or help? Why is this? One reason is because we relegate God to our spare time, but end up never having any spare time. In other words, we mentally list everything we have to do and put God at the bottom of the list. But the opposite should be the case. The famous English poet and author Geoffrey Chaucer said, "Time and tide waits for none." Whatever we have to do it right now. Finally, dear friends, take time for yourself. We all need rest and recreation. God made us this way. Some people feel guilty if they take a vacation or even a few hours off, but they shouldn't. In the midst of an incredibly busy schedule, Jesus told his disciples, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." Mark chapter 6 verse 31. If Jesus required times of rest, don't we also? God rewards those who faithfully invest the time and resources they have been given. Realize that blessings flow when we plant seeds of our talents and other gifts that we have received from the Creator to make this world a better place to live in. This is a commitment that is repeated continuously by those who are not content with the ordinary and want to achieve excellence. Dear friends, for our reflection, we can ask the questions: what are we doing with the time and resources God has given us? Are we content with the ordinary or looking to receive the abundant harvest God has prepared for you? How are you using the resources and talents that God has given you? Friends, please like the video, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to it. God bless you.